What's up? What's up, my people? Um, I've been hearing today, especially, from a lot of well-known pastors, online pastors. I've seen in my feed, well-known pastors, well-to-do pastors, have been saying today that we possibly could be, that America could be drug into the Ezekiel 38 war. You know, with the Gog and Magog. You all know, for any of you who've been around here for a while, you know we've been talking about it. Those same pastors, the world over, has been talking about it. And every one of them is saying, could this be the Ezekiel 38 war? And being as how y'all are my people, I want to keep us, keep this understanding that we are already we've been in that war. And I want to, because you're my people, I want to keep that realization, that fact, fresh in your mind, so you know exactly what's going on here. The one pastor, he was saying that because America launched strikes, America and the UK launched strikes into Yemen today, because they, or whoever, someone involved with them, I guess, Iran is who I'm thinking, they seized this ship that here a few days ago, its name was called the Suez Rajan, which means the rule, the king, or the rule. They changed its name from that to the Saint Nicholas. Now the Most High, he's laying every piece of evidence out there for you to understand what's going on right now. I was just looking, taking some pictures of the etymologies of Rosh, Meshach, and Tubal, so we can go over it again. Because look, this is about our lives. This is for our lives, is it not? So we've got no time to relax. You know, if you want to get something done, you got to do it right. Isn't that right? Like, if you want to get good at something, you want to overcome something, well, like, say, just example, say your New Year's resolution is to lose some weight. Well, the only way to lose some weight is to get off the couch or in the gym, start eating right, and do this deal. You got to go hard if you want to win, to go home. When I was taking those pictures, I was listening to this, to Fox News, and there was some kind of general or admiral or something on there, and he was saying that we have to strike Yemen because now these ships, these oil tankers and whatnot, they're having to go around the Horn of Africa. And he said, and that's just not sustainable. So what he's saying is, we don't care, because all that started over what's going on over there in that strip. The reason those guys are doing that is because of what's going on in the strip. So we have been drugged into this. America has, but you know the facts about it anyways. They're all one entity either way. But he said it's not sustainable having to spend all that money. So all this is about is convenience. So the most overweight country in the world are probably, I guarantee you, the UK and America is probably top 10, top 5, you know. It's It's also they can have gas to keep driving to McDonald's and whatnot. But it don't matter that a bunch of little children are being starved and bombed to smithereens over there in that strip. You know, do you see where the priorities are for the people? Do you see that mark upon their arm, their right hand? You can see it, can't you? Just like I can. But let's go back over this so we know. Because y'all are my people. I don't want, what if I didn't stay in the gym and spend those long hours, repetition, to make sure me, my family, and my people, y'all, are up to date on what's really going on. Just imagine if I didn't do that, and then the Most High looked at me one day and he said, did you tell them who Gog and Magog was? Did you keep telling them, keep pounding it in their head? Did you practice? Did you go hard enough to get this right? What am I going to say if I don't? I can't afford to not at least come on here once a day and give you guys good news and give you guys information that you can use out here in the real world and utilize it. Just imagine all those pastors that are telling their people that, and they're all, if you go through the comments, there's thousands of people that ain't got a clue that are saying, yes, this could be the Gog and the Magog war because Russia and China and blah, blah, blah. And they don't have a clue. So let's go through it real quick. I ain't going to take up too much of your time. I don't have a lot of time. But let's go through this real quick just to refresh everyone's memory so we all understand what this Ezekiel 38 war that everyone's talking about is. So, verse 1, and the word of Yahuwah came to me saying, Son of man, set your face against Gog of the land of Magog. Who is Gog? He's the prince of Rosh. He's the prince of Meshech, the prince of Tabal. Okay? We know that Gog means, and Magog means the house top, the rule. Just like that ship was, the Suez Rajan. It's the rule, it's the house top. It's where everyone gives their attention to. Okay? Now let's go to these pictures I just took of the etymology. So here is Rosh. Rosh is the head. It's the leader. Okay? That's what it means. It means the head or the leader. Meshech means to pull, to draw, to tug, to drag, to attract, to interest. So the Rosh, he's the prince of the head. Gog, Magog, the housetop, the rule of, and this we're talking about the Most High and spirituality and devotion, diligence, allegiance, all that. We're not talking about just a country. We're talking about a devotion, someone who gives, the housetop is the top of the church, of the world's devotion, where they give their devotion to. So he's the prince. He's of the housetop. Gog is he's the housetop. He's the prince of the housetop. He's the prince of the rule. And remember all that we learned about the crowning city. There's only one crowning city. Jesus, the story of Jesus that comes from Jerusalem. Tabal means to flow or to carry along. And the last one, Meshech, was to drag, to pull, to interest, to drag you away from the truth. Or it means the earth. The earth. And we know all about Mother Earth, don't we? And in this one here, it says it means dirt or clothes mixed with dried sweat, dirty clothes, oil or dyed clothes, right? And we know that the Messiah said that he would have, and the Most High said that he would have blood, his raiments would be dipped in blood, at the winepress, not dirt and soil and sweat. So let's go back to read that. And there's that guy right there. See him at the bottom? He's the one that was saying, we have to strike Yemen because we'll lose so much money. And these people they won't have enough gas and oil to buy and to satisfy their great need. You know, and then I'm thinking, I'm listening to him and I'm thinking, what is their great need? Oh yeah, they got to get to McDonald's. They got to get them some ho-hos and zoom zooms and wham whams and sit on their couch, you know. And I'm not trying to talk bad about anybody. I'm being realistic here. There's people over there. I saw this video the other day where they took pictures. They were showing like the majority of the Palestinians before October 7th, and then they've shown you some video of them now of the same people, and their cheeks are all sunk in, and you can tell that they're just look at the food lines over there. If you see any videos of the food lines, they'll be like a family of 6, and they'll get like a little bowl of soup or whatever to divvy up in their family. It's ridiculous. And that guy is pissed because the oil can't get to us quick enough so we can go to Mickey D's. It's a joke. And everyone who's supporting that deal, you best pull your head up out your ass, because it's going to get buried all the way up in it if you don't. So let's go back to this. So, Son of man, set your face against Gog of the land of Magog, the prince of Rosh, Meshach, Tubal, and prophesy against him. And you shall say, thus said the master Yahuwah, see, I am against you, O Gog, the prince of Rosh, Meshach, and Tubal. And I shall turn you around, and I shall put hooks into your jaws, and shall lead you out with all your army. All your army. This is how you can tell who this is. And it shouldn't take you long at all to see who Gog is, of Magog, of the land of Magog. It should tell you what the land of Magog is. It'll tell you who he is. He's prince. It'll tell you exactly who he is right here by the description of his army. He's going to lead him out with hooks, put hooks in his jaws, and lead him out with all his army, the horses and horsemen, clad perfectly, a great assembly with armor and shields, all of them handling swords. Okay. First method of elimination here. If we're about to go in the war of Gog and Magog, like they say, do you think you're going to see a bunch of fighting going on with soldiers riding horses and having a sword in their hand with shields? We're not, are we? That's never going to happen. You ain't never going to see that until the reset has been accomplished. You're not going to see people up on horseback with a shield in one hand and a sword in the other. This is figures of speech. We, as Bible readers, as quote unquote lovers of the word, we should know what this is talking about. This ain't literal. This is the problem. All of them handling swords. You know what is so ironic about this? All them pastors I'm talking about that are saying, that are scaring everyone, oh, we might be drug into the Ezekiel 38 war, the Gog and Magog war. And all them people commenting in the comment section, all their sheep talking about it. You know what's so ironic? They are those. They are that army. That's what's so ironic. That's how lost the world is. They're sitting there waiting for this army to come out. They are the damn army. They are the ones handling the swords, the word. We're talking about, hey, Zeus right here, the prince. That's the one they call Jesus. But not the Messiah, Yahusha HaMashiach, not him that we find in the word. He don't lead you off and carry you off. He's not wearing clothes soiled with dirt and sweat. No. He's the mighty right hand. He is our righteousness, the word, the Lamb, the truth, the way, the life. This guy who the Most High is talking about here, he's the lie. He's like, okay, if he's like a bad, he's the lie that the enemy or the Most High has come up with to hide the truth of the real Messiah. The world thinks his name's Jesus. Hail Zeus. And when you say Jesus, you're saying hail Zeus. That's what you're saying. Prove me wrong. You can't, because that's what it is. And the world believes that the Messiah, his name is Jesus, and they believe that he died on the cross, on the sign of Tammuz, for your sins, so you can go out here and just do whatever you want and act a fool. And all them people before who died, they died. It don't matter that they weren't shit. That you living today are better than those people. It's so stupid and ridiculous. It's these people need to be ashamed of themselves, and they're gonna be. And the longer they wait to come to the truth of this, if they don't act soon, why they have the choice to do it themselves, if they have to die in that shame, it's going to be so bad on them. When they realize we were waiting for this army to come out, we were the damn army. Imagine what they're going to think when they realize that, how horrible they're going to feel. We've been the one handling the swords out here with the shield and the helmet of faith and righteousness, pretending like we're doing something. That's why, we just read that the one word means to drag, to pull away. That's why he says, I'm going to put hooks in your jaws. The Most High knows. He's the master. He's master class. He's chief. He always says what he means, and he means what he says. He knows what's going on. That Jesus, he's drug a good chunk of the world away to their death. And the land of Magog has drug more than that away. All them people that are getting bombed to smithereens, they're being drug away because of what the land of Magog has taught them. The whole world almost. The only people I can't say that I haven't seen any evidence for, like the Hindu people and like the Japanese and Chinese people that are like Buddhas or whatever. I don't think that that's associated with, but it probably is. I mean, it's probably Babylon either way. It's to do with the head, with the it's a top down. It starts at the top. The religions of the world have primarily they've all came from Babylon. It's the Kabbalah is the oldest known religion. It dates back to the garden and maybe even beyond that, prior to that. So that's who we're talking about. Don't for a second get to thinking that we haven't already been in this war, the Gog and the Magog war. We're already in it. We've been in it. The only way out is the truth, my friends. Don't believe the BS. Go to the word, and like right here, he says, Persia, Cush, Put, and are with them, all of them with shield and helmet. The Most High, he wrote this. He's not an idiot, for one, and he wrote this not for idiots. He wrote this for those who actually want to know the truth, who search for it diligently. And he knew that we would understand what that means when he says the shield and helmet. He knew that we weren't, those who weren't imbeciles would understand. Well, I mean, why does he need to tell us that they got shield and helmet? I mean, don't people who are in war have that? You see what I'm saying? This ain't literal. If you go to Ephesians 6, You can, other places you can see, but I always think of Ephesians 6 because it's the first one, the easiest for me to remember. It gives you the definition of what the shield means when it comes to our faith, what the helmet means, what the sword means, what all that stuff means, and that's what this stuff means. That's what that's talking about. It ain't talking about literal swords. I mean, if we're talking about an army that's going to have sword and helmet and shield, well, duh, they're going to know how to handle sword. They're going to be handling swords. I mean, what kind of idiots does this world take us for? It's a laughing, it's a joke. That's why the Most High says that he laughs at the enemy. He's making a mockery of them because they've been making a mockery of him and the truth of his mighty right hand. Don't fall victim to it, my friends. You are my people. I'm going to keep you up to date. I'm going to try to refresh your memory. If I was your trainer, your coach, and we were in the gym, I'd be in your face and I'd be yelling at you. Come on. 1 more rep, 2 more reps. Give it all you got because the end is nigh. We don't have time to relax unless you want to die. And I don't think you want to die, do you? No, I know you don't want to die. I know you want that life. Well, come get you some. It's right here for the taking. And if you want it, you're going to have to get it right. And get it right now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Don't buy the BS.